Alright, starting up another AVR Swiss draft. Get the expanded card view out. Okay, disappointing rare here, in addition to some disappointing uncommons. That being said, next I want to look at removal. Deathwind's here. Wingcrafter. Wouldn't want to first pick this over removal though, so I think Deathwind here is a pretty easy choice. The shade tends to go very late, so depending upon what the rest of the pack's black looks like, there's a decent chance we actually get this back. But the pack is so weak as it is, it's a complete toss-up what we're actually going to get back. But we're not actually passing anything great either, so blue is the deepest signal that we're tossing to our side, so keep that in mind. Okay, much better pack. Mistraven, Killing Wave, and then to a lesser extent, the other two uncommons, Lightning Mauler and Gloom Widow, both excellent 2 and 3 drops, followed up probably by a Mass of Components in quality. But I'm been a big fan of Killing Wave. You don't have to be mono black or anything like that, but stacking up some Soul Cage Fiends and a little bit of life gain, which is very possible in this format, and you can really make this card go to work for you. Again, passing some decent blue, so those two packs together means we're probably signing ourselves off from blue for the whole draft. Okay, Barter and Blood, Bone Splinters, third pick. So that's a nice sign that we have a good chance of black. Lancer is also an excellent 3-drop. I prefer him over everything in the 3-drop slot for red, unless you're human heavy. And then I'd take the Riot Leader, the one that pumps your humans. But here I think it's just a choice between Bone Splinters and Barter and Blood. Going triple removal your first 3 picks is pretty decent. If we want to go build around a way to maximize on Killing Wave, taking Drivers of the Dead, Butcher Ghouls, things that have some recursion, then Barter and Blood might be a little stronger. But I really like Bone Splinters just being able to destroy target creature. And looky here, we get a Barter and Blood follow-up, or the driver that I was mentioning. But this early, I'm going to take the uncommon over the common, and 4 removal, picks 1 through 4. It's a pretty nice way to start because we can take our later picks now for creatures. We can splurge where we want to because we've done our homework, we've taken the removal, we've done our chores basically. We have a little bit of elbow room now. I like Timberland Guide in black-red deck or black-green decks, especially for Nightshade Peddlers. They work wonders with your cheap recursion creatures in black and then giving them death touch. So dipping our toes in green wouldn't be a bad idea. If we've got all this removal, maybe we're playing a stalling game and we can mill them out with Stern Mentor. But between these two, the green's going to win out since all the blue that we've passed so far. And I'm happily taking a 2-drop over the 5-drop. Black not so much, but green definitely has a plethora of 5-drops, so you really don't need to take those early. Okay, this much sacrifice effects, targeted removal. I'm actually a fan of Pit Dweller. Maybe we can pick up some Bloodflow Connoisseurs, some other sacrifice outlets. The trick is just to have some instant speed sacrifice effects. If you've got that, then this works in your favor because it's transfer of control is actually an ability that goes on the stack. So you have a chance to respond to it. It just doesn't immediately come back into play on your opponent's side. So these are a dime a dozen. They're a nice creature, but I think they're a dime a dozen, especially with black being this open. And I don't think Joint Assault is a choice over this right now because we don't know for sure that we're green. kind of reinforcing our color choices here. So we've got Nettle Swine, which is decent, and then we've got the Soul Cage Fiends and the Crypt Keeper, which is playable. But definitely taking a Fiend here, first 3-drop. Fits with our plan of, and here is that decent life gain. It's not the best life gain available, but it's decent. I think I'm very safe to pass up a Ghoul Flesh for something a little tricky. This is the type of elbow room I think I was talking about earlier. We have some solid removal so far, so we can flex our muscles a little and take something fun. It might make the deck, it might not, but we had no reason for an abundant growth, and we don't have any reason to be splashing just yet. So, and if we are splashing, we're potentially playing green, so there's better ways to do it than the Vessel of Endless Rest. I don't see myself playing Polluted Delta or Polluted Dead. I'm just going to rare draft here. Geist Trappers could be the biggest problem for us in this pack, and it's green, so we might play it. It's a soulbound if we get some more Join Assaults coming around. Wow, and the driver came back for us, so we've already got 2 decent 2-drops and a contentious choice at 2-drops, so nice pickup in the driver. This is a really nice first pack. Deathwind, Killing Wave, Barter and Blood, Drivers, Soul Cage Fiend, Timberland Guide, Bone Splinters being A quality, and then the rest are decent fillers here so far. Unpallid Pact is definitely playable if you're heavy black, heavy removal like we are so far. But more as a sideboard card if they've got big legendary angel bombs or something. I'd bring it in for that. Arcwing is a decent card, but there's no good black for us, and there is good green, and we already have some green. So happy to take this, and I think we have better things to be doing than paying 4 every turn. No green to speak of, but it's only the second pick. And that we did get a very late Ghoul Flesh last pack. Maybe we get one back from this pack. Something to keep in mind. But Harvester is just a no-brainer here. Removal heavy, and draw cards whenever something dies. Sign me up. So I still want to see some Butcher Ghouls, some Bloodflow Connoisseurs to justify running this. The other decks I've been successful with this is black-blue, and then just playing some nice bounce. So 3rd pick, and there's still a Surf of the Dawn in the pack. And for us, Soul Cage Fiend or Eaten by Spiders. Heavy black, I think you have much better choices than Grave Exchange for your removal. So I don't like wasting early picks on Grave Exchanges. They tend to come late anyway, but when it comes down to actual deck building time, I tend to find myself always full of Human Frailties and Bone Splinters and Deathwinds, and this just has to make the cut. Unless I've got some real bombs that I want some recursion on. So Soul Cage Fiend or Eaten by Spiders. And we do have a little bit of reach for flying blocks so far. So I'm going to take the other Soul Cage Fiend here. And I wouldn't have main decked the Eaten by Spiders. It would have been sideboard anyway. So, okay, Devastation Tide is pretty good against us. We look a little clunky right now. Marrowbats is excellent. Geist is cheaper. Not interested in Pathbreaker Worm in this type of deck. I want my top end to have real value. Yeah, I'm just interested in, I think, the cheaper card here. Now, having just said that, I'm probably going to end up taking a Twins over a Ghoulflesh, because, yes, it's expensive, but when it dies, be that to Killing Wave or Barter in Blood or a Bloodflow Connoisseur, or if we can pick one up, this still does something for you. So, whenever we have those symmetrical abilities like the mono black tends to have, at least we're getting something on the back end. And there's the Connoisseur next to a bad rare. So 3-drop is filling up. This entire format is just real 3-drop heavy. I've learned to take my 2-drops whenever I have a choice between the two of them. Let's see. Instant or sorceries targeting creatures. Nothing great. I don't see myself picking up enough Joint Assaults or Snare the Skies to warrant this. So I think it's a pretty simple Ghoulflesh pickup here. Gloom Surgeon is a nice pickup here. 2-drop for our Driver of the Dead. It's difficult for some decks to deal with. It's an easy sack later in the game when they start getting some heavy toughness on the board. You don't want to be exiling that many cards from your library, and it becomes a liability. But early in the game, it's actually quite nice. Not going to be playing Hunt a Ghoul. I'm not too worried about facing Thunderbolt, so I'll just take one of these just in case. I believe this is our Ghoulflesh pack comeback, and both of the black cards came back. So I'm happy with the second Ghoulflesh, though. We've only really got one enchantment, so don't really care too much about this guy. And here we go. They come late. I like Mental Agony, especially against slow blue-white flyer decks. They'll pop down their Angelic Walls and their Moorland Inquisitors, and then they'll just stall until 5, 6, 7 mana for an Angel, and a lot of times you can hit them game 2 and 3 with a Mental Agony, emptying out their hand when they think they've got the late game cover to go over the top of you.